Imagine if ancient times were recreated in hardcore Minecraft with ruined temples, ancient gods, and 100 players split across 3 empires on this map with the goal to be the last one standing. Well, that's exactly what happened today, and as all 3 empires spawned in, each had completely different terrains. The Aztec tribe that were in a dense jungle, the Greeks that were in a grassy mountain range, and the Egyptians that were in a plain desert. For the Egyptians, this was going to be an especially hard task as they started to explore the desert and couldn't spot a single animal or tree in the near distance.
Dude, there's no trees or animals. How are we supposed to even get started?
As for the Aztec tribe, they spawned in a clearing in the jungle that was filled with grass, trees, and seeds that they were able to use to quickly set up a farm and start feeding their team. Finally was the Greek civilization that spotted a ruined temple in the distance as soon as they spawned, but seemed to struggle right away with keeping their team together.
Guys, the minion is run away.
The minion ran away.
As they approached the temple, they quickly realised that there was nothing of value here, so got to work setting up a farm next to the pond nearby.
Set up a farm next to that pond. Also, don't kill the pigs, guys. If you guys kill the pigs, I will kill you.
As they worked on expanding their farm, one of their players had ran off all alone and spotted a huge Greek column that was made from bone blocks.
Guys, the temple's made of bone blocks. Yeah. The temple is made of bone blocks. The pillars
are
made
of
bone blocks.
I see it. I'm there. I'm going there.
The Greeks saw this as the perfect structure to break down and use to grow their food to give them a head start over all of the other civilizations that would be struggling. Just like the Egyptians that were still roaming through the desert finding nothing but camels and cactus. But after finally finding a small rock that had a few pieces of wood and stone that they could use, one of their members had spotted an Egyptian kingdom in the distance, so they all made their way over to check it out. This kingdom had villagers, trees, and farms that was a huge lifeline to this army of players that were starting to approach hunger. And after realizing that this was probably the best place in the entire desert to live, they made the quick choice to claim this temple.
Everybody start gathering things, making chests. We're turning this temple into a home.
Back in the jungle, the Aztec tribe had uncovered an old temple that was filled with ancient weapons that were quickly shared between the team in case any surprises came out of the trees. But this wasn't the only thing they found, after a player headed deep into the jungle and found an old Aztec village.
I found a village.
A village?
A village? And there's gold blocks in it.
Where?
Where is it?
Oh, I see the village, I see the village. Was there anything in here?
No.
Even though this village lacked chest loot, it was exactly what our team needed, as our farm from earlier had barely even grown yet. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I'm playing on the Aztec team. So as players started grouping up around the new farm at the village, we just had to wait for the food to grow. And over at the Greek mountains, one of their members was also struggling a lot with food and started to threaten his own team.
If someone doesn't give me food right now, I start killing villagers.
Don't.
Why are you threatening that?
There's a pond next to the temple.
Hitting.
Go to that.
Hitting.
In the middle of this, a player had gone for a walk and spotted a Greek temple built into the mountain, which he entered and found ore deposits and weapons that he was able to split with all of his team. After this, almost all players on the Greek team had dove underground to start mining, but over in the jungle, the Aztec tribe was still struggling for food since their farm was too small to feed over 30 players, meaning we weren't able to go down into the mine yet or else we'd all starve. So with time running out before other civilizations would be hunting us down, we had to come up with other ways to get food to feed our team.
We can make fishing rods on the top of the chimney. There's cobwebs. You can get string.
With the food crisis kind of solved, our team also dug down and started exploring the caves below the jungle. And as most of us struggled to find any ores, it seemed there was a player on our team that wasn't struggling at all. Because yep, once again, we had a cheater. This is Wicked Kaka. And as soon as he had some food, he went straight underground to start x-raying for diamonds. Once again, I had an x-rayer on my team. And the worst part was, he wasn't even trying to hide the fact that he was cheating. After mining directly to diamonds on several occasions, he just resurfaced and acted like nothing happened.
Which this man fully geared in iron already?
Where'd you get all the iron from?
How did you get so much iron?
And sadly for us, the X-rayer wasn't our only problem. A few members of the Aztec tribe had no microphone, which meant they couldn't communicate with the rest of the team, So at the start, they all went off all alone and started making their own civilization deep in the jungle away from the rest of the team. Even though they didn't seem interested in living with everybody else, they still kept checking in at the base as time passed by, and because there was so many people, we didn't even realize that players had gone missing and started up their own tribe in the jungle. Back in Egypt, they worked on expanding their farm and started mining as well, and as day 1 came to an end, almost everyone on the server was now down in the mines grabbing resources for their team, whilst a few players stayed up top working on gathering food. Everything was starting to run smoothly for all of these civilizations, but for the Egyptians, things were about to get rough as one of their members had gone off solo and spotted a pyramid in the distance that he couldn't resist exploring. With no idea that an Egyptian god was stood inside, he walked in cluelessly and quickly realized he had made a bad decision. As the god within stood up and started defending his temple, the Egyptian had no choice but to run if he wanted to survive. So ran for his life out of the temple before he died and ran all the way back to the Egyptian Empire.
Tell the fully
see my friends, my people. Hey,
Yes, the Egyptian people stand strong.
Instead of solo rushing random structures and risking their lives, the Greek players had decided to set up base in the temple that they had found earlier on.
We could use the temple in the mountain because it's a lot more protected.
Now that they had their base location chosen, you'd think this team were cool, calm and collected at this point, but their call was absolute chaos.
I'm at half a heart.
How?
What? How? Where?
Just go
Diamonds! Diamonds! Holy shit, I found diamonds!
No! Please remove the water! Remove the water! The chickens are fleeing! Remove the water! Remove the water!
With the Egyptians and the Greeks having already chosen their base locations, us in the Aztec tribe were starting to wonder if this village was the best place for us to set up, since it was in a dense jungle with a horrible view of the surrounding areas in case we were going to be attacked. So before we dedicated to this village, me and a group of explorers went out to see if we could find any better locations for us to live in. As we explored the jungle, we came across signs of life but didn't think too much of it, so continued exploring. Oh,
Alright.
we're at the coast.
Alright, we're on the boulder already.
Someone said they found a huge structure near spawn, but I don't know if that was that little cobblestone thing. Wait, one sec.
I think we found the...
Is this what that guy was on about?
This must be it.
Alright, let's watch out because there's
might be,
probably mobs in here.
Oh, he might have died in here because there's a player place block there. There's some wood.
We had found a huge Aztec temple that went deep into the volcano, and with no signs of any players around here, we assumed the guy that shouted he found this place earlier on had died. So as we entered this place, we were scared for what was inside.
But just be careful.
Yeah, be very careful.
Yeah, watch out for trap.
There's a mine
okay,
going
the
down.
floor. We slowly made our way through the entrance tunnel into the main room of this temple, just to find out that this place was empty. Someone had already been to this temple, and it was one of the runaway players from earlier. As we spawned in, Common Hat, also known as Mark, instantly ran away on his own and started exploring our jungle. He very quickly came across this temple and ran inside to see what he could find. He was greeted with gold, weapons, and most importantly, had no other players with him trying to get this loot. And when he was asked what he was up to earlier on, he didn't mention anything about finding the temple. Mark, where are you at?
Oh, don't worry, I'm just doing some sussy stuff right now.
What are you doing?
Don't worry about it.
Where are you at?
That sounds really weird.
I'm just doing some you know, king stuff.
Wait a minute.
I'm just in the mines, don't worry.
Oh, I don't trust you. So yeah, that's exactly how we ended up in this temple with absolutely no loot to share with our team. After wasting a bit too much time searching through the jungle, we realized it was probably a good idea to start making our way back to the village as the empire building phase started.
Continue searching, there might be more structures like this.
I think we should get back soon though to start building the empire, right? But on our way back, we actually bumped into one of the runaway players.
Why is there wheat here? Hey, who's this?
This is a farm, right?
Oh. Hey, who's this? Is this, is he in call?
Is he soloing the game? Don't mind if you farm your whole farm.
With us being confused as to why this guy had just set up his own farm away from everyone, we asked him a few questions and then left him to it as we continued making our way home and debated whether that guy was intending to betray the team.
Yeah, we should keep an eye on them.
Yeah, definitely.
We just gotta be careful because they could be trying to do an inside coup.
Possibly.
But I wonder whether they would just want to kill you and take command, or whether they would want...
Well, no one's going to listen to them, surely.
Hopefully they do not try to kill you.
Hopefully
but just
not.
stick with people. Stick with people you know are on your team.
After finally arriving home, I made a choice for the team that we should move out of the old Aztec village and head over to the volcano temple to start building our empire all the way over there. So after gathering as many members of the team as I could, we set off through the jungle and made it all the way back to this huge temple that we could start fixing up and turning into our base. With limited time left in the empire building phase, we claimed this temple by placing down our team beacon, meaning there was no going back now. And some members of the team used the remaining time in this phase to build a room of honor for the cookie cult from my previous civilization event. Is this the cookie cult room?
What the hell?
This guy.
I feel like I'm gonna die.
I thought he was about to try and kill you.
Yeah,
then.
the whole room just got exploded.
Got full diamond, I've got nothing.
The other civilizations that had been working hard during this time had built up their empires a lot, making their bases a lot more protected, and now it was also time for them to place down their beacons to claim the base.
Arrow, you want to help me pick out a place inside to put the beacon?
Yeah, I mean, we could probably, like, put somewhere on top there, like...
Yeah, one of the chandeliers.
Yeah, like somewhere, like, right here, I would say.
After choosing to place their beacon in a chandelier at the top of their temple, the Egyptians had officially claimed this place, and now all that remained was the Greeks, who had been building up the defenses around the Greek temple for the past 30 minutes, and now had chosen a spot for their beacon too.
Alright, I'm placing the beacon down. I got a place. Okay, follow me. Bit of a secret spot, but you know, we'll make it work.
Some of the Greek players had a completely different opinion of this spot though.
You can't have it blocked off, so this...
Are you serious right now?
This is a good place.
This is the best place.
Go.
Yeah, this is good.
Place
no
it.
one will see it.
Alright. Boom.
Now, with all teams having placed their beacons down, they had to protect this thing with their life. Because if this beacon was broken by another civilization, the entire empire would crumble and be taken over. But before all the teams went head to head, each civilization now had 5 minutes to elect a king for their empire that would be given a crown and a full set of netherite armor. The Egyptians took the easy route by putting a poll in their Discord chat that allowed people to vote for their king of choice, and it was quickly clear that the WoW dude would be promoted to the king of the Egyptian empire.
Ancient Egypt was known for being an advanced civilization, so we're gonna make sure it stays that way.
The Greeks also made their election very simple.
Hey, hang on, I will make us podiums. I will make us podiums.
As the Greeks that wanted to be king started lining up for the podium, they each took the stand to try and convince the people of their team to vote for them.
Alright, so if you vote for me to be king, I will be the best king ever lived. I will lead our team to victory. But if you don't vote for me to be king, can someone come up real quick? Someone come up, random
Oh,
person.
he's gonna sacrifice you.
After the team booted this guy off the podium for trying to sacrifice someone during the election, Dragon Emperor 69 took the stand, and well, he was an interesting character to say the least.
Humans and wormlings, you do not know this, but today I am about to unleash a very important secret. I am a dragon, reincarnated in the body of a human. I chose to become a human because I believe in the power of your kind, and I have to say, I am impressed.
We have 50 seconds.
Hurry up, other people want to talk.
The remaining players were getting impatient after the dragon took up most of the election time, which caused the call to fall into chaos as players started shouting for who they wanted to vote for.
I vote Minion!
For me, we'll all get everyone's stuff.
Somehow, from all of this shouting, they chose Dragon Emperor 69 as their king after they ran out of time for the rest of the players in line to give their speech.
Yes, I am king.
And finally was the Aztec Empire, that found themselves in a sticky situation. After the secretive player from earlier that went off and looted this entire temple alone, appeared from the shadows, and tried to take charge of this team after he had found the crown earlier on in this temple. Mark, tell me what you've been up to.
Grinding a lot, and I've got all of this. Hold on.
You've got nothing. Oh,
wait, there's king election? Wait, where are y'all? I was he king, actually.
What's happening?
Well, Mark's got a crown.
Apparently I'm the king now, so listen to me.
What?
Oh no. Hey, yo, Mark, I think we elect that.
No, I found it, it's fine now.
After taking command over the team and electing himself as king, he agreed to take part in the election process where me and him would both take the stand to try and win the votes from our players.
Listen. You may not know me very well, but if you vote for me, I will give you many a things, like runic hammers and runic spears.
We already have those.
Anyway, if you vote for me, we will kill everyone on this server and win this event. Trust me.
Alright, all I'm coming up here to say is we have no idea what Mark has been up to. Earlier when we asked him what he was doing, he just said he was up to some sussy stuff. Is that what you want as your leader? Someone who just refuses to share information with the team? But just as my speech was coming to an end, Invader, another member of the Aztec tribe, put himself forward as a candidate to make a speech of his own.
Well, you see, the reason I feel like Sword always the leader. He seems to always take command, doesn't he? Do we really want? And he doesn't have the best track record for wins. Do we really want someone who doesn't have the track record leading us? And as Sword did say, we have no clue really who Mark is. He hasn't been here, has he?
I've been grinding, obviously.
I'll wrap this up. Anyway, he's suspicious. Sword doesn't have a great track record. Vote for me.
Now with the speeches finished, players started taking votes as to which player they wanted to lead this empire.
Come join me, my disciples, please, come join me.
As players started making their choices, I made a last-minute decision to change my vote. I'm voting Invader, and that means everybody that's voted for me also votes for Invader too.
Wait, that's not fair, hold on.
With my votes being changed, this allowed Invader to take a clear win over Mark and all of his disciples that were now under the rule of King Invader 07. But since our election took so long, we had completely missed the start of the next phase. An ancient ruin had been located in the Ashy Mountains that stood between each of the civilizations, and now players were allowed to leave their land to explore this ruin, meaning players from different civilizations would soon meet and have the chance to fight for the riches inside of this place. It had gold, diamonds, and even netherite, so teams would definitely be desperate to get their hands on this loot first. But since we had been preoccupied voting for our king, the Aztec tribe were way behind all of the other civilizations in making our way over to the mountains. Or at least we thought we were. The Aztec players that had run away earlier on and started to live alone had spent the last hour expanding their farms, building a shelter, and had purposefully kept themselves away from the rest of the team, meaning that when the ancient ruin phase started, they were able to row straight to the middle island whilst the rest of the team were still voting for our king. And as they started making their way through the Ashy Mountains, the ancient ruin was in sight, so they rushed over and managed to be the first group to arrive, meaning they had the opportunity to take everything that was in here. But unlucky for the runaways, they weren't the only ones that had set out towards the ruin. The Egyptians had picked a group of warriors that would be going there too, and eventually, as they made their way through the desert, they spotted the middle island from their coast and started rowing over. As they made their way through the mountains, they spotted a few riches and were pretty confident that they were the first people on this island.
Oh wait, there's netherite. Oh yeah.
Netherite, I'll get it.
There's a big there's like a coliseum in the middle of the
Yeah, we'd have to check on that. We're the first people on the island, I think, so it's actually good.
But as they closed in on this huge ruin, they realized they had been beaten to the prize, and now they would have to fight for this loot if they wanted it.
Oh yeah, I see people. Wait, how did they already?
And there's people behind you guys as well.
There's so many Aztecs. Shift, guys, shift. Yeah, there's like 20 Aztecs in the main island. Oh yeah, there's large mines here. Oh my god.
And as the runaway Aztec members continued to mine away down below, Aerokun, the leader of this mission and the man known for being absolutely brutal when it comes to PvP in my previous events, saw this as the perfect opportunity to strike.
Do we fight? Yes, we could take this, they're all full irons.
But just before he made his move, back in the jungle, we had finally finished our election and had chosen a group of players to head out towards the ruin.
We gotta go
right,
now.
let's go. 0-0, we got ahead. Just go straight. But as we started making our way through the jungle towards the coast, we saw a bunch of Aztec players dying in chat and quickly turned around thinking our base was under attack. We're dying, we gotta go back.
Run back to base now.
Oh, we're losing a lot of people.
Get there quick, guys, get there quick.
As Aero and his Egyptian warriors started slaughtering through the Aztecs that had branched off without us knowing, we arrived back home and were finally told the news about the runaway players.
So, there were some Aztecs that didn't have mics that just separated from the group at the beginning.
There's a lot of them.
Okay.
There's a lot of blue names.
Okay.
So right, so what are we doing there? Are we going over to the island and trying to kill these people?
We go. They just killed our members. We're not letting them slide. We're not letting them slide.
Okay.
We're gonna go and we're gonna avenge our members.
After finding out this news, we quickly turned back and started heading towards the middle island as Aero cleaned up the rest of our members that were still inside of the ruin.
I got them.
Get them, Aero.
Kill no one?
Yes, they're dying, yes!
Oh, this guy has a lot of diamond. Aztec. He has a lot of diamond.
With 5 of our players dead, we were now the smallest civilization of all, but we were desperate for revenge. And luckily, we wouldn't be fighting the Egyptians alone, since the Greeks were on their way.
Oh, we gotta go now. We gotta go now.
Go.
We're gonna get slaughtered. Guys, we're gonna get slaughtered if we go there.
A few of the players realised how bad of an idea it would be to go into the battle late with unenchanted iron armour, but some players did not seem to care.
Iron armor, stay behind. I want the.
Dad, I'm going. Go.
So as the Greeks split up with some members holding back whilst the desperate ones ran to the coast, all 3 teams were about to clash, and it was the Greeks that arrived first.
There's Greeks upstairs. We're both upstairs.
Oh wait, be careful. Oh wait, there's so many Greeks above us.
The Greeks heavily outnumbered the Egyptians, giving them the edge when it came to the battle.
Oh my god, there's so many Greeks. Alright, be careful.
20 Greeks on me. Guys, there's like 20 Greeks on me.
Yeah, oh my god, there's so many of them.
I'm gonna die.
Be careful, guys. Try and get back to the base.
That works.
Yo.
Yeah, there's so many of them. Just back off, just try to get out, just try to get out.
Retreat. Fall back.
As the Egyptians started to flee, us Aztecs had finally made our way to the mountains and now we're starting to hunt them down. I see Egypt.
Right, everyone.
Shift.
As we snuck around the mountain, hoping to strike an attack on a clueless Egyptian, one of our players shot an arrow and blew our cover completely, so we had to strike. Oh, who shot?
Don't shoot. Is it one on his own?
Go get him.
Yeah, rush him,
No.
rush him, go for it. I think he's on his own.
They'll see us now.
The Egyptian had no choice but to run, and we weren't going to let him get away.
Nice.
Oh, good shot.
Holy
He's eating.
Got him.
Yeah, get behind. Nice. Good stuff. So after the ancient ruin phase had come to an end with all of the loot being stolen, each civilization was more or less equal in size after the battle for the loot in the middle. And now the ancient war phase had started, meaning attacks on bases and attempts to take over empires were now allowed. So as the Egyptians were still being chased by the Greeks in the mountain, the Aztecs saw this as the perfect opportunity.
Spread out food and let's make an attack and get to Egypt's beacon.
With the open desert in sight over the waters, we all hopped in boats and started making our way over as the other 2 civilizations continued to fight.
Okay, who placed lava on our ladder?
Oh, Greek died. Oh,
yeah,
Greek
I'm killing them.
Wait, do show me where our beacon is. Can't find it. Looking everywhere.
Oh, the Greek died. Yo!
Yeah,
Arrow is the MVP, dude.
Arrow had single-handedly pushed the Greeks all the way back to their land and was killing everyone that stood in his way, whilst us Aztecs continued to travel through the desert searching for his base.
Okay.
Sure, but we need to loot, so the other people who were with Arrow, please come back. So
the Greek died. Yo!
I'm trying.
Oh, the Greek died. Yo!
I'm just gonna explore down a little bit, try and find their base because. Oh yeah,
right,
okay, found their base.
His search didn't last very long, and as he approached their temple to check it out, knowing he could probably take down their entire team on his own, he started doing the most Arrow cunt thing possible, by dancing to taunt them.
Beacon?
We're having a dance-off.
Okay.
We're having a nice little dance-off right now.
But whilst Arrow stood there dancing, things were quickly going to change for him and the Egyptians as we continued to search the desert and eventually spotted his team. Oh, that's desert people, right? We're gonna have to fight.
Go.
Oh, I see a huge base.
Look at their base.
Jesus.
There's a lot of Aztec in our base. Oh my god, there's like 10 or 15.
Oh, roaches.
Arrow, we need you to get back
Yeah,
here.
I'm running to I'm running back.
Get back, dude, right now.
Get together.
We charged towards the Egyptian Empire, and it seemed we had caught them off guard.
Oh, they're breaching a wall.
Where's the beacon? Right, look for the beacon. I assume
Probably
it's
in the main
huge
building.
base.
Most likely main building.
It's at the top. You can see it's up there. Look at that cobblestone thing at the very top.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Where is it?
100%. As the Aztec warriors started rushing through the front of this temple, they managed to take down a few members whilst I snuck around the back and made my way inside the temple. Oh,
Got one.
I'm breaking through the wall here. Oh, okay, I'm getting rushed.
They're in the base. They're at the back of the base. They broke through the window.
The invasion was in full effect, and I was able to kill another one of their members that had rushed me at the back of their base as everyone else fought at the front. Now, with a clear path to the roof, I started building up to get the beacon that we all were convinced was at the top of their base. But as I made my way up, I had fallen for the bait.
Wait, Sword, where are you?
I'm building up the back. They've got no idea I'm here. I think
Don't
this
forget,
is the beacon.
Sword,
If
there
this
are
isn't the
people
beacon,
up
I'm going to
there.
be so mad.
Just get out.
Guys, it's not here. And as I wasted time climbing up here for nothing, things were only going to get worse for us from now on, as Aero had finally made his way back to this kingdom.
Hold on, their king's
I'm
low.
killing the king.
Low.
The king's
The
dead.
king is gonna die.
Kill him.
Oh no!
King's dead, King's dead.
Go back, dude. There's 5 of Aztec above the roof. There's 5 of them. Guys, there's 5 of them.
Hold on, we're killing Gamer Chill. Okay, we killed like all of them.
We need
Where is that? No! We lost the king. Oh, we've lost another one.
Good.
Oh, we've lost 3.
I'm gonna
Why
die.
do they have 2
4,
tries?
5. Oh no.
What's happening? What's going
With over half of our attack squad dead, we stood on the roof helpless as their entire army charged towards us and started to clear even more of us out. No! He killed me!
No.
No.
I wasn't the only one that died, as Robo Panda, Monkey Bar, and the X-Rayer Wicked Kaka all died to the Egyptians.
Yes! Let's go.
Let's go.
Alright, everyone gather up loot, gather armor.
Oh my
yourselves up.
god.
With all but 2 of the Aztecs that went out on this mission dead, the final members had no choice but to run into the distance and regroup with the few members still back at the base. The Egyptians had successfully defended from the Aztec attack, but one of their members still somehow died after the Aztecs had left.
No, he just fell off the.
So as the Egyptians stood strong and started to rebuild their empire, they started to plot their first attack on another civilization.
Arrow, if we're going to invade an island, who should we invade?
We should probably go for Greeks. Like, they're not that geared. We could probably get their beacon, like, pretty easily.
Okay. Sooner rather than later, I want those of us who are going to go to Greeks to go.
But the Greeks were one step ahead of them. After they had seen Aero run away and saw the chat being flooded with Egyptians and Aztecs dying, they knew what was going on and saw their opportunity to swoop through and clean up after the battle.
I'm on a decision. I'm gonna choose 10 people. They're gonna come with me, and we are gonna march on Egypt.
They're all still dying.
Let's go.
Go attack an Aztec. Go attack Egypt.
So with their plan to attack the Egyptians in full motion, their members rushed out of their base and started heading over towards Egypt. But of course, they couldn't do this without a speech from their leader.
First things first, I just want to say this. Dragons breathe fire, dragons are big, and dragons are definitely cool. And it is for that very reason that I am happy to be charging, fighting, dying alongside each and every single one of you today. Now somebody play some battle music. You are not...
If this doesn't make it in the final cut, I don't know what will.
It was safe to say at this point that the Greeks were taking this attack very seriously, and after making their way all the way over to the desert, the search for the Egyptian Empire started.
I see their base east. It's huge. It's absolutely huge.
Dragon.
It's gonna be a base. How are we supposed to attack this?
With their base in sight, the Greeks were spotted by the guards on the walls.
There's
a bunch of Greeks coming to the base. There's a bunch of Greeks coming to the base.
Oh.
There's like 20 of them. There's 20.
Yep, I see them.
Kill the villagers.
Check these houses. Check these houses.
Kill everything.
As the battle started, the Greeks had clearly forgot about the power of Aero and his team, as they charged into the base and were being slaughtered.
Here.
Kill one.
I need that one. God damn it.
Nice.
The Greek members were dying quickly, and they started to debate whether they should fall back already.
Damn it, I died!
No, he's dead.
We might have to retreat.
The Egyptians were killing the Greeks that quickly that some of their members started attacking each other to make it more fair.
I killed the leader.
Here we go. There's
Wait, I'm getting killed. Why is
Chase him down.
Why am I getting killed by our own teammates? Why is this guy killing us? Hey.
Whilst everyone was busy at the front, one of the Greek players snuck around the back and almost spotted the beacon that was behind some cobblestone pillars.
Wait, did someone say they're in their base?
Well, I'm searching it. I'm searching it for the.
Yeah, I'm inside their base. I can't find anything.
But as they realised they were heavily outnumbered in enemy land against weapons they had no idea the power of, they had to run.
That dude literally had a spear. Why did he have a spear? Who gave him a spear?
Oh god, they're running after me.
If you guys are at Aztec or Egypt, I don't care. You come back.
So once again, the Egyptians had defended their empire from another attack, and somehow now stood strong as the largest civilization on the entire server, with 19 players remaining. Whereas the Greeks had 18, and the Aztecs only 14, which put them in a really bad position.
How's it going in our base?
It's going good. We're not gonna win this one.
And as it seemed the Aztecs had given up all hope, one of the few survivors that escaped from Egypt after our failed attack had actually escaped to Greece.
Are you at Greek space?
Yes.
Why are you doing that Greek space?
This guy was very lost and quickly found himself being hunted down by the Greeks that had spotted him on their land.
Getting hunted down. They're still chasing me.
With no option but to run, the Chamois led the Greeks on a chase and even ended up running past an old ancient Greek village that the Greeks hadn't even found yet. But before he could escape back to the jungle and get help from the rest of the tribe, the Greeks caught up to him and threw him off the cliff to his death, giving the Greeks even more Aztec weapons. And now, the Aztec tribe only had 13 players remaining and were in some serious trouble.
I joined this. I didn't think it would be goddamn this intense.
And with the stress of this situation, one of the players chose the easy way out and decided to, well, yeah.
He just jumped off.
Just played suicide.
Bro, man. Wait,
This guy just played suicide in front of the base.
Back in Egypt, they had spent some time patching up the damage caused by the Aztec and Greek attacks, and now were ready to send a few people out towards the Greek mountains to get some revenge. So a handful of them started working their way through the desert, over the mountains, and eventually arrived at the Greek temple.
Do sneak attack. We'll just do a sneak attack on them.
Guys, just pick them off. We only need like 10 people in our team to win it.
Alright, I'm like pushing from this side. They don't know I'm here yet, so...
Okay, yeah. We'll distract them.
Aero pushed up all alone, and he was quickly swarmed by the Greeks. But his teammates weren't far and started helping him take them down. Before they knew it, the Greeks were being destroyed by the few Egyptians that had rolled up and attacked their base. And after killing a bunch of the guards that stood in their way, now it was time to find the beacon. One thing they didn't expect was a few Greek players hiding near the beacon with a trap that would kill anyone trying to break it.
I think they might have blocked it. I found it.
We found it?
Yeah, mining it.
Where is it?
Break it.
I got trapped.
But no, of course, Aero somehow clutched a block and then managed to send the two people that tried to trap him down their own trap.
Oh my god.
No, I'm good.
You're like...
They must... They
Which
oh
team?
my god.
Which team are you breaking?
They're both down here. You just gotta break it.
Break it. Just break it so they merge. You gotta hurry.
Hurry up, man. Come on.
Frame is right on me. No, my... Yeah,
Hurry.
Frame is hitting me. I just have to kill Frame. Kill Frame.
Oh, I found it.
Yeah, break it.
Okay, yeah. Break it.
After their trap failed, Aero and the WoW Dude were able to break the beacon, meaning ancient Greece had fallen, and all of their players had been forced to join the Egyptians. But of course, some of the Greeks weren't happy about this.
Wait, this guy's attacking me for no reason! He's in our side, he's attacking me! Yo!
Now the Egyptian Empire stood strong with 24 players, after one of them may have fallen from the roof of their base whilst trying to watch the beacon. But now, they knew nothing was stopping them from winning this event, as they only had the Aztec civilization left to destroy. And even better for the Egyptians, the Aztecs were too busy right now dealing with lions that had attacked them from the jungle.
There's a lion on me, help!
What?
A lion, help! I'm dead!
What the hell?
Someone died out there because of the lion! Someone is dead out there!
He just died.
Since no other civilization apart from the Aztecs had explored this jungle, the Egyptians would first have to find this temple before they could attack, which once they arrived in the jungle, didn't actually seem to take too long.
Yeah, I think I found their base. Yeah, I see like a big temple.
Yeah, maybe picking the largest temple in the entire jungle was a pretty bad idea. But now, the Egyptians knew what had to be done as they started pushing over the walls to take down the Aztecs.
Oh wait, all of them right here. I see like 5 of them. at least. Let's push in. Alright.
I see them, guys. I see five Egypt. They're coming for you guys. You guys better hide.
Whoever is in there, you're just dead.
Yeah, I'm dead.
What are the coords for their base?
Okay, they're all dying.
Definitely right here.
I think I found it. Oh, this guy's getting away.
Kill no one.
There's a full netherite guy,
I killed the full netherite.
Nice.
Wait, there's another guy right here.
After a brutal invasion, seeing all but 5 Aztecs die, this temple had been fully taken over, and now all the Egyptians had to do was locate the beacon.
Where are the Aztecs?
Oh, is he already dead?
Oh, yeah.
Is that a tiger?
Yeah, that's a tiger. What the f?
Uh-oh. Don't die now. Don't knife him a tiger. Don't die.
I'm dying. I'm dead by a tiger. I'm dead, actually.
I'm hanging them off.
Run.
Oh, I found someone.
I killed it.
Oh, I found it. It's literally in the base.
Wait, let's just dance on it.
Well, it's about to be broken. It was him behind.
Nice. Good job, everyone.
The Egyptians had shown their true power, dedication and commitment to being the strongest civilization in this world, and after taking down all other empires, they returned to Egypt and celebrated their victory.
It's speech time, folks. The people of Egypt, I would like to thank you for all of the work that you put in this entire event. These last few hours have been phenomenal.
Shut up.
I am so proud of everything that we have accomplished. Back in ancient times, Egypt was known as one of the most successful civilizations in all of history, and I think we kept that true in this event. So I would like to give a special shout out to basically the general of our military forces, Erokun. I would like to thank all of you for electing me as your leader. Could not be happier with how it went, and Egypt is on top as it should be, everybody. So let's give ourselves a round of applause, alright?
So, the Egyptians had won, and now spent the rest of their days building up this empire to its maximum. But would other ancient civilizations be able to take them down? Only time would tell.